Alrighty, hi there. I'm John
I'm Joni.
for Grow, Love, and Expand. Hope you all are doing good. Shooting another video here. We're just gonna do like a question. And as you know, I'm a like spiritual life coach. I do psychic readings. Um, Basically, whole purpose of Grow, Love, and Expand is to it's a community of positive thoughts, positive deeds, positive action. Also to hopefully get you to realize, and we can share like-minded thoughts and ideas that the greatness that lies within you always has, always will. You never have not ever one day been without it. And so the purpose of Grow, Love, and Expand is always to, create awareness of social media, social understanding, understanding of yourself. Most importantly is understanding of yourself. So what do you got for me here? Let's take a question.
My question is about. I guess it would be about guides partially. We all have guides in our lives. Do they? I know they're trying to lead us toward our best and highest good, but do we ever get experiences that are deemed bad, or things that are going on either in your life or in the world that are bad, so that we can maybe heal from past traumas, or, well,
I don't understand the question.
well, the reason that bad things happen, if your guides are guiding you to your best, to supposedly your best and highest good, then why are we experiencing all these things that
Are deemed bad?
are deemed bad? Yeah, I don't want to call them bad because it's all a matter of perception. But
Yeah, when you're going through it, it's all a matter of perspective.
yeah,
Without us fully understanding the experience, and it's easy for us to deem it as negative,
right.
as an unpositive experience. But so I go back to I had this person had a person in the yoga studio who was just kind of had the idea of doing their own business and starting everything, but they never really did it. They were pregnant, and then they lost their child. And so. That's a dramatic experience.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But a year later, this person refocused their life, refocused their attitude, their thought process because of this child's death. They started their business and then they became independent. They were no longer working for somebody else, doing their own thing. And so, I said to her in class one time, in yoga class, I go, so your daughter or your child who died actually gave you the best gift of your life, right? And she said, you're the only one who's brave enough to ever say that to me, but that's exactly right. So a death, although tragic, actually benefits. So in the greater reality of things, maybe that experience happened for this in this person subconsciously in their higher realm, went to agreement with this child in order to have this experience, in order to get them on their spiritual path.
Right, I see that.
And so the child themselves were an actual guide.
I see. Right.
So what seems to be a very tragic reality at the moment, yes. And most humans are going to emotionally get involved, and that's very difficult, right?
Right. It's a very difficult thing to go through in your human.
I will tell you that the more you become evolved in your own spirituality and your own essence of self, you start to see things from a dimensional reality. You start to see things from an overall perspective. So, like when someone asks me something or asks me a question, and I've been doing this for how long now? A long time. So it's not like this is anything you cannot do or you're not capable of doing. But you start to see the realities. You don't see things one-dimensionally. You see things in multiple realities, in multiple universes, in consciousness. So you see it in it's dimensional space is what you see. You don't see the singularity. So,
So different outcomes for different paths.
right, and
If
you
you
see
take
all
this
of them.
path, right.
You see all of them. So when someone asks you a question, you say, you see what's going to happen if you did this, 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 if you did this. You see all of that.
Right.
And you see the multiple outcomes to a decision or a possible decision. And so when you say, okay, so this is actually what I'm feeling is this way. Now you could go this way, you could go, but so from the so it's difficult to explain, but I see things from multiple realities.
Well, that's very helpful. I'm sure
It can be somewhat disturbing, but yeah, because it's not difficult to be present because you are present. It's just sometimes difficult to exist because you see the realities of all things happening at once.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that could paralyze you because you can see everything.
Sometimes it does, yeah.
And you don't.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it does. So when someone sits down, they ask me a question, it's like, okay, I'm seeing the realities to how, and I'm telling you that this is the best path for you. Why? Because we've looked at it from all other areas. And I'm telling you that this one leads back to here, this one leads back to here, this one leads back to here. It's difficult for me to explain that to you, and if I did, we'd be here for 14 hours.
Right, I understand.
But I'm telling you that this is the right way to go. And, and they say, well, what do you mean? I'm telling you. Well, I'm not the one telling you. You're telling yourself. I just happen to be the conduit for that information.
Right.
Right? And so you'll realize that one day. For now, you think it's me, but it's not me. Right?
Right.
That's why I even tell you or tell anybody that, we have these discussions and we have these talks every day. But don't believe me and don't believe yourself. Ask yourself, does this ring true to me? Does this sound okay? Yeah, I think this is plausible. This makes sense. Then follow it, right? You always got to be your own self-guide, right? And I assure you this, though, that most of the information, well, I think all the information coming through is 100% accurate. It's just how you interpret it. You may or may not be at the point of your life ready to receive it. I can say that specifically for myself that, they have taken me to areas and then like 4 months later I go, son of a frick, they were right. And they pissed me off because they were right all along way back then and I just wasted 4 months when I could have been, way back there, Mm-hmm. It's like sometimes when you make a decision or you're thinking about making a decision, right? And the only reason why you're not making the decision is because it's fear, right? And sometimes the best thing to do is to step into the fear, right? Because I'm not saying there might be tribulations, there might be some periods of doubt, right? But what's stopping you from making the decision is typically fear. And sometimes when you make the decision, step into it, you realize, well, there was nothing to fear at all. Like, why didn't I do this 4 years ago? Or why didn't I do this 4 months ago? Like in the end, what are you attempting to do? What are you trying to accomplish, right? So like ourselves, we're trying to accomplish to where we are completely debt-free, right?
Right.
And so we visualize these, intend this, and I mean like everything paid, house, everything, right? And that's all we have anymore.
Completely, 100%. We want to be.
We have no other bills other than utilities, right? And it's just a home. So you want even that paid for, right? So you want to get everything paid off. Slight, what, 1,000 on the car, that's it. So
yeah, we have a little bit, but it's not.
That's it.
Yeah, not too much.
Right, and so, you manifest that, well, you intend that. You don't manifest it because it's already manifested, but you intend it and you set the intention, and then you allow the intention to create the reality, right? Because even that, it's already created. So you allow the intention for you to become aware of what's already there, and the more you intend it, the more you become aware of it, right? Because the brain starts to believe it. The heart already knows it, but the brain needs to believe it. But a lot of times when you make a decision based on, I know we're going off topic, when you make a decision based on fear, and then you realize after you made it, you go, God, why did I wait so long? We could have paid off another house a lot sooner, mm-hmm. or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying do or don't, but you could have done a lot sooner.
Right.
And it's like, oh, geez, we could have been in a position of greater wealth sooner if we wouldn't allow fear to get in our way.
Right.
And so sometimes a perceived bad thing or negative thing is actually a positive thing. It's just how you the perspective of it. And your perspective might change. In the moment, it might be negative, and a year from now, it might be the greatest thing that ever happened.
Right. You just can't see it at the time.
Right. Your guides are constantly working with you. Constantly. They're always around you. They see things. They see what your decision is on multiple realities. So it's basically like they get the word, like some of that movie, The Adjustment Bureau. They see multiple, like what this decision will do, what this decision will do, and this is the best path, and they get the word from the chief, which is your higher self, right?
Right.
And they said, okay, put that plan, and then they go down and put that plan into effect, and they watch and guide, and they went, oh, he turned right, not left, and they went, oh man, okay, we got to get back to work, right? So they're constantly guiding you to your greatest and highest good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what we're doing all the time. I think where people fail in their reality of understanding this is they think that all things happen for a reason, and that's just simply not true. Sometimes they happen just because they happened. Doesn't necessarily mean they had to happen. You didn't have to make that decision, but you did. We can fix it. That's what they don't understand. We can fix anything, but you didn't have to make that decision. That didn't have to occur. It did. We're okay with it. We can fix it. We can adjust it because all things are happening simultaneously. We can fix anything. But then you had to do that,
Right.
And so, but it's easy to get back on course. Some people think, it's going to take me 400 years to get back on course. No, not at all. Blink of an eye, I can get back on course. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It does. I know for me, I think my humanness gets in the way. Instead of letting my intuitive feelings take over, I have too much thought, too many things going on in the brain, monkey brain, it's going crazy.
Right.
So then that's the worst. And I have realized that over the years that
we all do.
Yeah.
We all do. But I mean, take like a species in nature. They don't let those thoughts get in the way.
No, of course
They
not.
just do what they do because that's all they know.
Right.
They're basically totally on instinct.
Right. Nobody tells a bumblebee don't do that or
it just automatically does it every day.
Right.
And they live their life.
Right.
We have that ability if we learn to trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
We can be feeling spiritual beings. Well, you are, but you could learn to be a feeling spiritual being.
Right.
And have that knowingness all the time. You can learn that, but that takes time because we're not taught it.
Right.
We're not taught to step away and look at things from a different perspective, right? From a dimensional reality.
Right.
So how does this affect this, affect this, affect this, affect this, affect this? And then you sit and you go, okay, all right, so, okay, I see that, okay, I think this is the right thing. And you know it, you just know it because you feel it here and you go, that's just the right path.
Right. Well, I know that when I've made a decision that was right, I knew it.
Yeah,
so
but
I would agree with you on that 100%.
Also, when you made the decision, you were flowing.
Yes, and it just felt right, and you knew it was right on some level. How you knew it, I don't really know, but you just for some reason you just know it, and you're okay, this is right. I know it's right. I'm doing it.
Right.
And you don't question it again. You don't keep going. You don't keep revisiting. Well, maybe I shouldn't, or you just do it, and that's that.
Right.
I like that.
So you have to think about being in alignment with self, and the more alignment you are with self, the more you flow. It's as simple as that. Life flows for you. So, anyways, with that, I'm John.
I'm Joni.
For Grow, Love, and Expand. You guys have a wonderful day. Remember, believe in yourself, and love who you are every single day. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Share this page. Let's spread the word, about positivity and laughter and love in our world. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys.